So this is Nancy and me at California Adventure's opening year, August 2001. You can see the sun icon, and that is in Sunshine Plaza. This is 6 months after California Adventure opened up. So this was like a pretty fresh park. And that's a pretty fresh couple. Here you have 3 maps over the course of 20 years from California Adventure. You have what I like to call is DCA 1.0, DCA 2.0, and DCA 2.5. DCA 1.0, this is when your park opened up February 2001 until 2008. This was a park at its freshest when it was everything California and really nothing Disneyland. DCA 2.0 is what I like to deem that happened between 2008 to 2012. This is where you had a massive overhaul throughout the entire park. It wasn't just certain attractions, but it was like lands were just totally revamped. California was plucked out of California Adventure and Disney was put in. You also had Cars Land that was added into California Adventure, making it a much more robust park. This map more represents what I like to call California Adventure 2.5. You didn't have a massive overhaul to the entire theme park, but it was more areas and certain attractions that were rethemed. DCA 2.5 basically occurred from about 2017, where Paradise Pier became Pixar Pier, up until the current time, which is 2021. And that's not the only thing. So flash forward to today, and in DCA 2.5, this little green spot right here, that is where Avengers Campus will be and where Bugs Land was. That's going to be a cool land. I'm excited for that. "20 years of Disney California. This place has really grown into itself. I'm impressed. It didn't used to always be like that. With my experience of Disney California at the very beginning, it was a place to go when Disneyland got too crowded. It wasn't that it was a competing park for me or it took away from Disneyland. I think it was the theming. It was just California. It had nothing to do with Disney per se. There wasn't anything that really drew you in. I think another thing that was lacking of California Adventure was the attractions. And it wasn't just a lack of attractions, there was a lot of empty space. But I don't think that that was ever a bad thing, because if you look at the beginning of Disneyland itself, there was a lot of potential space. And I think that was the key. Disney California, when it first opened up, had a lot of potential space, and because of that, that caused a lot of people, maybe in my opinion, to not want to be there. Now, we can't go any further into California Adventure just due to the times that we're in. Hopefully soon, within maybe the next month or two, we're going to be able to go beyond the ropes that are just shy of what is now Cars Land, and over this way, what is Grizzly Peak. Maybe we can go further into it. Hopefully in a short time here, in the next couple of months or so. But it is really cool how you can see remnants of DCA 1.0. Behind me is Carthay Circle, but before, when it was DCA 1.0, it was actually a very large sun with a wave machine underneath it. And when I see it in pictures, it kind of brings more like reminiscent memories. And in fact, even the space in front of it was just a walking path. Not like you see now where there's sitting areas, there's trees, there's a nice looking fountain right here, that it adds to everything. All it was a large sun with, mind you, a really cool tile wall that had like a wave impression to it with real waves that would spout up from it. It didn't really kind of go with anything. Behind me here was the entrance of one of the original lands of DCA 1.0, and that was a Bug's Life. There was even some farming equipment off or on the side over here. It was talking about the agriculture that is part of California's history. which also then led into the Bugs Life area. I know I read a lot of people that were sad about losing Bugs Life. It was part of the nostalgic of what they grew up on and then what they saw their kids to grow up on. But I think at the same time, when we saw the news of Avengers Campus and what would be taking its place, that also made us excited for what Disney had to offer for future generations. After all, Walt did say these parks would never be complete. There would always be changing and growing with the times. I'm so thankful that I got to be part of what was the opening times of California Adventure and A Bug's Land, and then be part of that ending phase for that land. And now I'm excited to be part of the new phase, which is Avengers Campus. Sitting over here at the what we know now as the Grizzly Peak area, used to be the Golden State area. This is basically an homage to the redwood forests of California, that active outdoor spirit of California. It's got a little bit of a change, obviously. It's no longer called Golden State, it's called Grizzly Peak. And even though the color scheme has gone kind of more from a whimsical, like 40s look to more of that kind of just that greens and browns of what you would see over at like a ranger station, it still has that feel of what it was from DCA 1.0. So just as I'm filming right now, we just got word from Disneyland itself that yes, in fact, that there is going to be a food event that's going to be happening here in Disney, California, March sometime. We don't have a date yet or if you can make reservations or anything like that, but this is exciting that things are moving forward here in California Adventure. Another cool little thing about the changing of California Adventure, you have these two large pillars. In DCA 1.0, they actually had huge elephants, almost like reminiscent of that 1930s and 40s Hollywood time. In DCA 2.0, they de-pachydermied the pillars. And walking around Hollywood Boulevard, not much has really changed actually since 2001. A lot of the buildings and structures have all stayed the same. Of course, we did get Monsters, Inc. The Aladdin show changed over to the Frozen show just recently over at the Hyperion Theater. But really, just walking through here, you can just see the remnants of DCA 1.0. And another cool addition that we got was the trolley tracks that I'm actually walking on right now. It was really cool how that has really added the element of that Los Angeles 1923 feel. Good job, Disney, for just continuing to add on and creating new attractions for all of us to enjoy here. I think in the end, the one word that could sum it up, potential. California Adventure always had potential to be something great and is going to be something greater than what it started to be. So many add-ons have been happening here at California Adventure over these last 20 years with the huge food festivals, the attractions, the theming. That is what's so exciting to see the growth that has taken place over the last 20 years here at California Adventure. I'm just excited to see the next 20 years and beyond.